Why PID dampers and electronic suspension are no longer a gimmick but a turning point. Published by Radical Life Studios and the MTB Report. The year 2026 marks a shift in mountain bike technology that was long predicted but never fully realized until now. Electronic suspension, long trapped between early hype and limited functionality, has finally matured. PID-controlled dampers, predictive algorithms, and system-wide integration are no longer experiments. They've become the first real step toward intelligent suspension that understands terrain faster than the rider does. While Fox's lift valve laid the groundwork years ago, it is the new generation of PID dampers using proportional integral derivative control loops that changes the conversation. Instead of reacting slowly or switching between simplified modes, these systems read impacts, speed, pitch, rider input, and terrain signatures in milliseconds. They no longer lock and open. They think, adjusting in real time, smoothing chatter, preserving traction, and stabilizing the bike in situations where a human simply can't respond fast enough. What separates 2026 from previous attempts is that brands now treat suspension as an ecosystem rather than a standalone component. Motors, gyros, accelerometers, e-bike software, and suspension units communicate over unified digital protocols. For the first time, the damper knows what the motor is doing. The motor knows what the frame angle is, and the entire system optimizes traction rather than just travel. Riders report the same pattern. The bike feels calmer, faster, and more predictable, not because it compensates for mistakes, but because it eliminates the micro instabilities that once forced riders to choose between comfort and efficiency. In rough terrain, the systems open earlier. On climbs, they stiffen before you feel the bob. In fast sections, they maintain sag more consistently, preserving geometry and confidence. Of course, this shift introduces new realities. Electronic suspension requires new service knowledge. Diagnostic tools are now as important as shock pumps. The first independent testing firms warn that maintenance intervals depend heavily on firmware accuracy. Meanwhile, mechanics across Europe and North America are scrambling to catch up as riders bring in bikes that require software updates before a seal replacement. Despite this, the direction is clear. The industry has stepped into the era of augmented riding, where electronics enhance, not replace, rider skill. The debate about purity will continue just as it did when dropper posts first appeared. But 2026 proves something that was once controversial. Smart suspension doesn't dull the ride, it sharpens the rider. This technology won't be optional for long. It will become the baseline for high-end bikes and eventually the standard for the entire market. The question is no longer if smart suspension will take over, but how fast riders will accept that the future has already begun.